everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the second Halloween video, and this video is going to be some Halloween DIYs. If you haven't seen my last Halloween video, or really any of my videos, make sure you are subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. I did a giveaway last week for a Halloween phone case and I was so excited to do that and make all those cute Halloween drinks, but this week we are doing some DIYs. I want to preface this by saying I have not tried any of these DIYs, so some of them might be a little bit of a fail. I'm excited to give it a go. This week we're doing another giveaway, and this week I'm giving away a $25 gift card to Target. If you want to enter this giveaway, check the description because I'll have all the rules down there. And this is the picture on my Instagram that you'll need to go comment on. And let's just jump into these DIYs. The first DIY we're doing is a DIY ghost mug. And this is literally so self-explanatory. I don't even know if I should include it, but I got a Sharpie oil pen just from, I think I got this one from Joann's, but you can buy them just about anywhere, and a ceramic white mug from the dollar store. So this is a super cheap, easy DIY. So what you're gonna do is get your Sharpie pen ready by pressing it a bunch just until it starts flowing with ink, and then you're literally just going to draw a ghost face on the mug and color it in. Once you finish the ghost face, just let the ink dry, and then you should be able to hand wash this. I wouldn't use any like scrubbers on it. I would just be really gentle and careful with it and not put it in the dishwasher. But overall, I think this is a really cute DIY that you can do maybe for a party and write your friends' names on them, but it's really adorable and spooky. The next DIY we're gonna do is also pretty simple if you have the right tools. So my roommate actually helped me make this shirt and also this one, which is the one I'm gonna be showing you in this DIY. So with this shirt, I actually tie-dyed it at a friend's birthday party. She was having a birthday party where we just tie-dyed a bunch of stuff. So if you want a tie-dyed look like this, you can grab a tie-dye kit and tie-dye a shirt yourself or buy a tie-dyed shirt online. For this shirt, I just bought it at Target in the men's section. I bought it in a large, so it's a little oversized and fits me a little bit better. But the key to this DIY is that we used a Cricut Air 2, I believe, a Cricut machine, and some vinyl. And you can pick up vinyl at your local craft store, and then also you can buy a Cricut on Amazon. If you don't have one, I wouldn't go out and buy it. You can probably make these shirts with some fabric paint from the craft store as well, but if you have a Cricut or know someone who has a Cricut, it makes the process a lot easier. The first thing I did for this DIY was I went into Photoshop and just designed what I wanted on the shirt. So for this one that I'm wearing, I just pulled some ghosts. I use the Noun project for a lot of the graphics that I look for, so I'll link that down below. For this Halloweentown University shirt, I just designed it in Photoshop, and I will leave the PNG that I created down below so you guys can download it if you want to make this exact shirt. But what I did is design the shirt, and then my roommate took it into the Cricut software and sized it out. I made this specific graphic, I think it was about like 11.5 inches wide. And then we positioned it about one hand down from the collar. And that's just typical for most shirts where you want it to hit. As you can see, the ghosts were a lot lower because I wanted them to lay more on my chest. Decide where you want the graphic, and then from there, you're going to, well, before you lay the graphic down, you're gonna wanna weed out all the vinyl that you want white space for. So my roommate actually did this for me because she knows what she's doing more than I do. And then you're going to want to lay and press your vinyl. So we had a little bit of a struggle with this shirt. I think that the vinyl we had and the shirt type that we had just didn't line up or didn't fit as well.
If anyone wants to sponsor me and buy me an easy press, I'd be very grateful.
What is your best tip for vinyling shirts?
Don't do thin lines because they'll rip when you try and like pull the excess off.
It's a good tip. Because we struggled a little bit to get the vinyl on the shirt, but I haven't washed it yet, but I've worn it a few times and the shirt has maintained its graphic. And again, if you have a Cricut machine and and iron, this project is super easy. Or you can also do a painting, like I said. I think this ghost shirt could easily be painted with some fabric paint. Again, I will link down below to the graphic that I made for the Halloweentown University one, so you guys can go ahead and make one as well. Here's our next DIY. I feel like I'm going from easiest to hardest for me. But this next DIY we're gonna do, I found on Pinterest. I'm going to link the original pin that I found down below, but we're going to be making a ghost and pumpkin garland. And I'm going to be following the instructions from this gal's blog post. So again, I'll link it down below so you guys can follow along, because who knows how well this tutorial is going to go. So the first thing that she did was create a basically pom-pom maker from a piece of cardboard. So I have this piece of cardboard that I cut off an old box, and I'm going to be using this for this DIY. I picked up all of my yarn from Walmart, which made it a lot more cost effective when making this. I am going to start with the orange pom-poms, and these are going to be our pumpkins. And I'm pulling up the DIY instructions because I don't trust myself. And she said that she wrapped her pom-poms 150. Okay, so you're gonna wrap your yarn around the small side of your cardboard 150 times. Another tip from this blog was to not wrap it too tightly so that you're able to get the string off in the end. I have wrapped this 150 times. We're going to cut the ball of yarn off of our cardboard, and I'm going to attempt, oh, I did it way too tight. I'm going to attempt to get this yarn off of the cardboard. Okay, we did that, okay. Wow, that looks like a pumpkin already. Lots of trimming later, and we have something that someone might call a pom-pom. I'm honestly thinking I should have just left it the way it looked when I took it off of the cardboard and not cut it. Okay, well, we've done another pumpkin, and I haven't cut it. And I really think both of our options are not looking good. So I'm gonna move on to the ghost part of this garland. We're going to be wrapping the opposite way that we had been wrapping for the other one. This time we're only gonna wrap 50 times, which is going to make my job a lot easier. 50. Okay, cut our little tail. Okay, that kind of looks like a ghost. Yeah, I did this wrong. Oh well, we're gonna keep going with it. This makes me think I maybe should have tried this DIY before I did it. So you have this. You are going to take a piece of string, and when it's on your cardboard, it's probably best, you're going to tie it at the top, and then you are going to cut the bottom of your tassel. So you have like two sides that hopefully aren't as uneven as mine. Okay. We're gonna go off the map, off of what we've already done. And I just folded over the tassel and I'm just tying ahead. I'm not using any cotton or anything like that. I'm literally just tying it together to make a head for the ghost. So what I'm gonna do is trim up the edge so that our ghost is more even. Okay, we have a little ghost. The ghost wasn't a fail, which is more than we can say for the pumpkins, or what we might call a pumpkin. The next DIY we're going to be doing after that kind of fail, if I end up finishing the garland, I will put in some cute B-roll and pictures, but I don't know if I will at this point, so insert that here if there is that. This next DIY is something that I wanted to make almost out of necessity, because I saw these really cute pillows, these like pumpkin pillows on Pottery Barn, I think, but they were sold out in my area. So we are going to try to make a pumpkin pillow that you could put on your couch and sit with. So what I did is I went to Joann's Fabric and I got a yard of this soft knit, orangey, rust colored fabric. And I'm going to be following instructions from Pinterest, but I'm also gonna link Lone Fox's video down below where he also did this DIY. And I'm hoping this one isn't a fail because I actually kind of want this pillow. What I'm gonna do first is clear off my table because we need to completely lay this fabric as flat as possible. And I want my pumpkin pretty big. So I'm just laying it down like one-sided. So we're not doubling up the fabric or anything. This is just how it is. So I'm going to attempt to draw a circle on this. Everything I've seen about making pumpkins like this is that a more natural shape is better because not all pumpkins are perfectly round, so an imperfect shape is okay. I have drawn my ovally circle and now I'm going to cut the fabric. Now that our fabric is cut out, we have a big old circle. You're gonna wanna do a gather stitch. I am terrible at explaining what I'm doing, but I'm basically just stitching through the pumpkin all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and this gather stitch is going to make our pumpkin into almost like a little baggie that is gonna hold all of our fluff. I have stitched all around my circle, and now we have two pieces of thread. The one that we stitched with and then the other end which is still attached. I'm going to cut it off of our spool. And so we have these two strings. We're going to pull them really tight to make a bag. So we have the base of our pumpkin. And now we're not gonna lose these two strings, and we are going to take some stuffing and essentially just stuff the pumpkin. Every video and blog post that I've read or watched has said to overstuff it because you want it to be a really full pumpkin. We have had a few things happen. So I went to go tie my pumpkin and have my roommate help me, and the string broke. So what she suggested was I re-stitched the pumpkin and tied the knot before I stuffed it. So I tied it just enough so we could stuff stuffing in it, and we stuffed all the stuffing I had plus a little bit more that was in the pumpkin. And we have this shape, and it already looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is take this little square of fabric and just stuff it in the top so there is a barrier between the fluff and the exit for the fluff, just like that. And then now I think, and we'll see if this works, I'm going to tie some yarn around the pumpkin so that it has more defined ridges. For the aesthetic of this pumpkin, I'm using black felt, but you can use whatever color you think fits your pumpkin. So I have my glue gun heating up in the corner where there's a plug, and I'm basically just gonna eyeball a circle that we're going to glue down to cover up the opening where the fluff comes out. So that is what that looks like. And then the next step is to make a stem for our pumpkin. So I'm just taking a rectangle piece of fabric. And again, if I haven't said it enough, I'm just trying this stuff. So hopefully it works. But I'm gonna take a rectangle piece of fabric and just roll it from a corner and make a cone. Just like that. And we're gonna hot glue this cone together and then cut to the size that we want our stem to be. For the record, I am shocked with how good this DIY turned out. I definitely recommend giving it a go and using the technique that I did the second time where we tied it before we stuffed it. And this is going to look adorable on my couch. Thank you so much for watching this video and for sticking with me through all of these DIYs. I was going to show you guys how to make one of these ghost pillows too. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments and I will do an IGTV of myself making one of these ghost pillows. I actually have one on my bed too. They're super easy to make and really freaking cute as a decor piece. Don't forget to look in the description on how to enter the giveaway for this video. As a reminder, it's a $25 gift card to Target. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you love Halloween and you can't wait to see more videos, and follow me on Instagram, another plug, and I will see you guys in my next video.